and you won't be alone.
Of course. And you hear a knock at your door.
Are you expecting anyone?
No, you're kind of the only person I've been expecting here.
She gets up. There's a door of a peephole.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look through the peephole.
There's a delivery person standing outside.
You didn't order food?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna look through it again, and they look like a human.
Yeah, it's just like
Okay. I'll do
normal looking.
the math.
Okay.
Do I have to roll or?
That does take a rouse check.
4.
That does not pass. You gain a level of hunger.
Okay.
You're now at hunger level 2. Ingrid, you began this evening at hunger 1.
Okay.
So then I will open the door. Hello.
The person doesn't recognize that you have said anything. A few moments pass. And they don't look... You're, not a super tall person. This is a very tall delivery person, and they're just kind of staring directly ahead. And a few moments pass before they say, Antoinette wants you to meet at the northwest corner of Tompkins Square Park at 8 p.m. tonight. This is not a request. Oh, you're good? You got...
I am, thank you.
Cool.
Have a nice night. And
yeah,
I close the
you
door.
too. Okay.
What time is it? I'll look at my...
It's like 7:30.
Okay. I'm gonna text Roman.
Okay.
Just to tell him, that I've been asked to meet Antoinette, at that place, at this time, just so that he knows.
Okay.
I was just gonna say I'm not expecting anything bad to happen.
Okay.
Because I don't want him to freak out.
Yeah, you send him that text and you immediately get some typey, little dots, and then he texts you that back.
Okay.
Oh, I was really just about to say, I hope it's a bunch of hearts and kisses and stuff.
I love emojis.
He thinks emojis are the best invention of the century. It's like a mood.
He's not wrong. They are the best invention of this.
We will pause Agnes's story for a moment. I assume at some point she makes her way towards the corner.
Yeah.
Under what kind of disguise does Agnes use to make her way into the evening?
Well, I still have the mask up.
Yeah,
so
it's still up.
I just get it up?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say, before I leave Oren, though, I pull out the what was the place? Tropic Smoothie, the smoothie card that I took from the guy.
Yeah.
That has it, so that he can go and get a free one. I'm gonna give that to him.
Wow.
I found this. Thought you would like it.
Great. Yeah, definitely. I love this place.
Good.
Maybe I'll get one tomorrow for my last eating day.
Yeah, that would be great. Do you need any money to get anything or do anything you would like to do?
I'm good. Thank you, Agnes. I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to go, but as always, if you need me, just call.
Of course. Yeah.
And if anybody else comes to the door, don't answer it.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Including Fyodor.
Okay.
Just tell me if he tries to contact you.
I mean, okay.
Night.
Do I want to... We'll talk about it later. It's cool.
It's not. It's just a precaution.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm. See you then. And I leave.
Ever, what have you been doing with your 3 days?
Probably a lot of hiding.
Hmm?
Never probably did actually spend some time confiding in Agnes, like about her past, because Agnes makes her feel safe, and probably at least at one point said, "Damn, I wish you had been my son."
Oh, that meant a
Aw.
lot to Agnes.
Agnes.
Whoever still doesn't understand. And it was not a pleasant experience for her anyway.
Agnes has adopted another kindred.
Agnes has a lot of children now.
In all fairness, that even works because Ever is still technically young.
Yeah.
By a
Barely.
lot.
A
But
few
he
years.
is. But otherwise, she's probably just spent a lot of time cooped up practicing all of her martial arty things.
Okay. On this particular evening, you wake up when the sun goes down, and Romero is not home at the moment. You haven't seen him since yesterday evening, which is a little bizarre because, you feed from him regularly. He's kind of keeps you on track. So, without the ability to feed on him this evening, you're going to be at Hunger 2.
Is great to know. Not great to have, but great to know.
Great to know. And honestly, you probably can't remember if he had any... He told you if he was going somewhere. You've been very stressed out the last few days, so...
Yeah.
He totally could have.
And I'll probably give I'll plan to give him like a solid hour before I start to genuinely panic. And I'll probably spend about 30 minutes just practicing all of my knife skills because I do actually have a dummy. And when I say dummy, I mean it's a tall block of wood because she goes through them really, really fast in her room. Because she uses sharpened knives on them.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll do that for about 30 minutes, and then she'll finally come to the decision that she's been holding off on for about 3 days and call Ingrid.
Okay.
Not text, call, because she does not know how to text.
Ingrid, you're in the Uber going to Tompkins Square Park, and you get a call from Ever.
Hi.
Do you answer?
I do answer, kind of very, not even look at who's calling because I'm in such a frenzy. So just, pick up. I'm getting busy.
That's fine.
Oh,
it's going to be...
Hi. Sorry, I'm going somewhere right now.
It's fine. I wanted to pass on a very important warning. I don't know if... I can't remember if we went over it when we saw you last.
Oh, okay.
Do you know anything about the Sabbat?
The holiday?
I would take it not. No, it is a clan of kindred that essentially relish in being kindred.
Sounds like a lot of kindred.
It's much more extreme than that. It isn't so much a relishing in being it as a relishing in being it and control.
So the bad guys.
Yes,
Like
basically.
the bad guys.
Yes, basically.
Right.
And I know you are researching cure. If they ever find out about that, you're literally going to be fucked.
Oh, well, that's just my night.
I didn't want to leave you in the dark about that. I felt like I should tell you. Just don't tell anyone unless you completely 100% trust them, and be careful about who you let in on what you're doing.
Right. Anything else I should know?
Aside from Agnes and Will would love to talk to you, no.
Right. Huh, I'm sure they would. Um, I mean, yeah, actually, could you pass a message
I was
to either one of them?
I was actually about to call Will after we hung up, so certainly.
Amazing. Can you tell Will that I'm on my way to see Antoinette for something important, and if I perish and my body is never found, that's why. And I'm being killed by the camera.
Good to know. I will let him know.
Thank you very much.
Where is this happening?
The Tompkins Square Park. Like in 2 minutes. I'm literally pulling up right now.
Awesome. Good to know. I will pass.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Love you, I guess.
Thank you. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment, but I haven't known you that long.
No, uh, um, it's a, it's like a habit of speech. I do not like. I don't have romantic feelings towards you.
I know. I was teasing.
Oh, oh, you have a sense of humor after all. Wow.
But what kind of person doesn't have a sense of humor?
Like a lot of you guys.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Wish me luck.
Indeed. Good luck. And then I'll hang up, and then I will promptly call Will.
Great. Will, you wake up this evening, you get a call. I assume you're probably pumping some iron.
Yes. Yes, you do. Yeah. Yes. Hello?
I have a favor to ask, and also a message to pass on, which actually kind of aligns with my favor.
Okay.
I was just on
What's
the
up?
phone. I was just on the phone with Ingrid, and apparently she was called by someone called Antoinette for a meeting at the square part with a T.
Oh shit. Wait, you
And
talked to Ingrid?
Yes. Literally just hung up with her like 30 seconds.
Wow. Okay. What? So she's going to see Antoinette. That's okay. Why is she telling us that? I mean, she hasn't talked to me for
She,
how many days now?
She wanted you to know if she mysteriously disappears and her body turns up somewhere, it's because she was murdered.
Right. So there was no like, oh, tell Will I'm sorry.
No.
None of that. Just if I'm murdered, you should like come and find my body. That's what that was.
No, it was more just, hey, if I never talk to you again, that's why. I think it was leading up to her wanting to apologize, but her wanting to do it in person.
Yeah, I'm sure she wants to do it in person. Life is on that phone, but yeah, I'm sure I'll get an apology in person. I'll hope for that. Anyway, okay.
The favor kind
About
of
the favor?
with this, I need you to take me there.
Wait. You want me to take you to where this is going to meet Antoinette?
Yes.
I mean, I guess sure. I mean, you care to ride the bike?
I'm perfectly happy to ride bike.
Oh, that's right. I remembered you. You're very adventurous. Didn't mind that about you. Yeah, sure. I'll just let me get cleaned up and I'll be right over.
Thank you.
All right.
Then hang up, and I will wait very patiently for him to come pick me up.
Great. Will you take your bike over to Ever's apartment? which we'll assume you know where it is.
Yep.
Do you bring a helmet for her? A jacket?
Of course.
Okay.
Safety first.
Great.
It's very important.
Whoever does
You gonna
the
make
same
her
thing,
wear your jacket too?
I'll be
Yep.
fine. I don't need a helmet, but she'll still put it on anyways.
Yeah.
And then on the
Safety
bike.
first. I work at a hospital, okay? It comes with the pay.
I'm literally dead. What
I
is a
know.
brain going to do?
Can you not? We're outside. It's New York. Anybody could shut the fuck up, man.
It's New York. If anyone
What?
heard me, they would think I was being an idiot.
They'll probably think you're a method actor preparing for your next role, so we'll just go with that. Lots of weirdos on the street. All right. So on a bike, put on the helmet, safety first. Let's go. Where are we
Yes, sir.
going?
Tompkins
Northwest
Square
corner
Park.
of Tompkins Square Park, which you definitely know where it is, Will, because it is the smack dab in the center of the East Village. Wonderful little slab of green amidst the smelly fucking streets of New York.
Right.
You roll up on your sick bike around the same time that you see Ingrid getting out of an Uber and a very plain-looking young woman kind of leaning on a light post. She's very nondescript clothing.
Sorry, I had to check my time.
Will, if you're going to leave your motorcycle, I am going to need a parking check. So I will need wits and drive.
Mark that shit, man.
Please roll wits and drive.
And I give him assistance because I'm sitting there and I can help him find a parking
No.
spot.
Unless you physically move a car out of the way. Which is for sure a masquerade breach and will cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, right in the greenest, luscious place. What did you say? Wits and...
Wits and drive.
Oh, I don't have any drive. I'll spend a point on that later.
Especially if you're going to drive a motorcycle around.
It was chosen for the aesthetic, okay? Not the practical.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
I'm the idiot here, obviously.
Watch your mouth.
You're not the boss of me.
Alright, I got 9, 8, 2, and 5. And the 8 was the blood dice.
Okay,
For the hunger
that's not
dice?
a hunger dice. That's not a messy critical. So you're fine. You find a nice place to park your motorcycle. It's very small. It's not that hard to park it. But you
Thank
park it
God.
and see Ingrid and this mysterious young woman standing at the same corner.
Got like my phone out. Like I'm scrolling through social media.
Do you do it like you're doing right now?
Yeah,
Ingrid
probably.
kinda looks at you.
I mean, I don't have any
for a few
social. No, I'm
times.
playing Words with Friends.
Ingrid kind of looks at you and like how you use your phone, and kind of rolls her eyes. Agnes?
Ingrid, I see you were called to the meeting as well.
Oh, there comes. Isn't this
Yeah.
great?
Will
Gang all
lingers at
together.
his bike and slowly puts his helmet on there, make sure it's nice and secure.
That server still going? And she kind of looks at your Words with Friends. I didn't know
Yeah.
it was up.
Still a popular game.
Years since. Oh.
There's a second one actually.
Oh. cool. You should try Wordle. It's a new hip thing. Play.
She doesn't look at you much.
Mm-hmm.
There's still some hurt
Yeah, I
feeling.
bet.
Well, as you
Um.
and Ever approach, an older gentleman walks from the shadows of the park to the corner, up to Ingrid and Agnes. He's pretty short. He's an older Indian man with a very, like, full beard with some patches of gray in it, and just kind of stands near the two of you, closer than maybe is normal for a stranger to stand near to you, without acknowledging, and just looks at Will and Ever as they approach.
I would like to point out that Ingrid is wearing sunglasses. Like huge sunglasses.
Okay.
To cover her eyes.
Ever's gonna walk over and look at her and be like, "Are you trying to be like fancy TV star who always wears sunglasses?"
Yes, Ever. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Trying to
Just
be a fancy TV
Watching the
star.
guy.
just making sure because you look ridiculous.
Thank you.
Thank you all for
Pleasant as
coming.
always.
So
Oh.
wait, were we invited? I mean, Eva.
I was told there would be 4 people arriving.
Oh shit.
Yes,
Okay,
we're here.
yes. Yeah. Right.
Please
I guess I am invited.
follow me. And he turns on his heels and begins to walk.
He just kind of
first.
narrows her eyes and follows.
Were
She's
you
also looking
invited?
around to see if there's anything else, anybody else clocking them.
Give me
Were you
wits and
invited?
awareness.
Now the whatchamacallit, the Camarilla, they don't really know that we're not with them anymore.
That's
right?
true. You
At
haven't
least we
told
can
anybody.
assume. What?
You haven't told anybody.
Yeah. So this is just work related. That's 5 successes.
Jesus Christ. There's really not anyone on the street. You can see some people in the park, but it very much looks like people that are generally in the park late at night. And there's no one. Yeah. And there's no one following you.
Okay. Does
Or
this guy
really
have any
even-
weapons on him that I could see?
As far as you can tell, it doesn't look like he does. He's wearing like nice trousers and a button-down shirt that's tucked in with a belt. So you would be able to see pretty easily if he had like any kind of gun. If he had a knife or something, it might be harder to tell, but so far as you can tell, it doesn't look like he's armed.
Okay.
Ever makes a very pointed effort to stay like a solid 5-6 feet behind everybody else as they follow.
Ingrid keeps her hands in her pockets. Puts her phone in the other pocket as well. And she's clearly like, rummaging through very big pockets of her coat.
I think Agnes looks the same as she always does. Casual, monotone. But she is watching. Yeah, she's on guard, but doesn't appear that way maybe.
You follow
There's always a freak.
the gentleman to a very nondescript row of houses. Just kind of generally what this area looks like. Nothing. You guys you probably walked past here before, but never really noticed it. And you go up the very old steps. They have a wrought iron handrail on the sides. And he opens the door and holds it for you all. And you can see inside there's a very like dingy lobby, but in the way that Brooklyn and like Manhattan brownstones that have been turned into apartments have lobbies. It's not like a big fancy lobby. It just looks like what used to be a hallway.
Hang on, I gotta pull up my character sheet. So I want to do the same, but I don't remember what it's called. I activate Sense the Unseen. because I'm a paranoid freak.
Oh, interesting. I don't believe that needs a rouse check, right? Let me check.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think it
Because
does.
it's just the one thing. It's just a thing.
It's
I
just the one
do.
thing. You do not sense any. You sense kindred in terms of supernatural stuff. There are definitely kindred around.
It was less of a sensing for kindred and more of a sensing for a potential trap by the kindred.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know if people are sneaking up from behind me.
You would be able to tell that if there were kindred that were like hiding and obfuscating. And you can't right now. You can really just, from where you are, you pretty much just sense the kindred that are around you.
Paranoid fuck, little dumbass keeps it up.
The man closes the door behind you after you all enter into the little lobby. And there's a door at the back of this lobby with a card reader. Everything else looks very like standard, kind of shitty, kind of nice for this area. And the old man walks in front of all of you and swipes a card and the door opens. He leads you again, this time just kind of pushing the door open and letting you all follow him. And you see a very large man sitting at what looks like kind of a reception desk. Oh, fuck. Let me grab a battery.
Chelsea, you're a battery again.
Yes, I know.
I know, you know. I just like announcing it. It's fine.
Are you rocking a DSLR there?
Yeah, you know it. And I have a plug that
Fancy.
keeps it going for a while, but I don't know where it is. Oh, sorry,
How are you
Barney.
finding things, Brandon?
It's so much fun. It's fun after like reading some of the scabbards and like talking with Chelsea and then like chatting with you all or most of you last week to like actually see y'all inhabiting your characters and like they just are like they feel like so fully realized to me that it's just like such a treat to watch, but also a little anxiety inducing. Especially Ingrid. Oh my god. That scene.
It's kind of a mess.
All anxiety, like as a general rule, or just all anxious for her.
Like, I am very anxious as well in terms of Ingrid, so.
You walk up to the desk. There's a man at a desk. He's very large, which most doormen in New York like kind of also play the role of security guard bouncer. Agnes, you notice that he is very heavily armed. He has multiple firearms on him. You imagine there's probably more.
Catch like Will and Ever's eye. Just to not like anything weird, but just kind of glance over at them, back at.
Oh, Ever's already noticeably tense, but as soon as she notices, she only gets more tense.
The old man that you've been following walks up to the receptionist, bouncer, doorman. We're going to 1B. He presses a button. You hear a buzz. And you see a stairway in one of the doors in this room as well. It leads up, very beautiful, exposed brick, probably expensive. And the old man motions you all up the stairs, holding the door open for you all. Who goes first?
I will go first.
Totally going last.
No, Will is going last.
Agnes goes first.
Agnes goes first.
Ingrid is right after Agnes.
She's gotta take
Ever's
care.
definitely 100% shoves Will forward so that she can be last.
Are you kidding me?
Are you
Hey, of all the people here, I am the first one they'll look at. So,
This lady's first, right? I'm gonna keep my eye on you. Come on.
No, you go first.
I'm on both of you.
All right, I will be the adult, and I will walk in the door.
You guys go up the stairs, and you see a row of apartments. One of them is labeled 1B. The old man following up behind all of you on the stairs steps to the front and knocks on the door for a moment. You guys wait, and he pulls out a key, unlocks the door, and enters, holding the door for you guys once again. And you are ushered into an apartment. Brandon, do you want to describe the apartment for everybody?
Sure. Yeah. So,
And what
as
they
Chelsea
see
mentioned,
on the inside of the apartment?
it's a heavy steel door that's on the outside. But as you enter inside of the apartment, you see that it is uh, the walls are painted white. There's abstract art hanging up. You see a mid-century modern doorway, like little desk for keys and knickknacks to rest on, and a little coat rack. And altogether a very like haute couture sort of assembly of furniture, airy and light. And I think that's it of the apartment, but I don't know how much more I should.
Yeah, so you guys walk into the apartment, and you can describe who they see.
And so going through the little foyer, you end up in a large living room space. It is a pretty spacious apartment for New York, and you see a man. I think kind of Justin Long meets. I think I have the character art for Jace from the TV show Arcane that came out on Netflix. Whatever, but pale, dark hair, 30-ish, vaguely, and he is seated on a micro plush couch with a little girl who's about 11, 12, 13 or so years old. And he's holding her hand. And as you enter, he looks up as if they were just in the middle of a conversation and says, "Ah, you made it! Oh, so glad that you're here." He stands up and is it Agnes that's in front?
Mhm.
Agnes, Jacob Rivkin, it's so nice to meet you again. Just such a huge fan of all that you've done.
Jacob, it's good to see you as well.
I hope the walk was all right.
Yes, it was a bit unexpected. Our destination was, at least.
Yeah, and Prawn didn't give you any trouble, did he? And he
No.
gestures to the short man. And
Not at
smiles.
all. He was
Ingrid
adoring.
kind of like puts her hand up in the back and kind of like pokes around everyone, and she's like, "No offense, but who the fuck are you?"
Sure, Guinevere, I heard you had a sense of humor. I'm so glad that you're here. I think
Don't
this
ever
is.
call me that fucking name. That is not my name. I go by
Oh.
Ever.
I'm sorry, Ever. My apologies. My apologies. We'll get to that in just a second. But I gotta say, it's the man of the hour, Will. So good to see you again, man.
Hey, good to see you too. God, I didn't
Yeah.
think you remember me. It's been a while.
Well, it's been a while, but I mean, the things that you've done for the city, for the Camarilla, I mean, that's legendary stuff.
Oh, well, you're very kind. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I see we have one of our newest members of the family here, Ingrid, looking sharp.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is this your daughter? Your dad?
Oh, but of course. Yes. Please say hello to Dad's friends here.
Hi, everybody. I'm
Oh,
On.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, On. I'm Agnes.
Nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Actually, sweetie, I think this is gonna be when I'm gonna have to ask you to just give us a little bit of privacy. But
Okay, yeah.
I'll check in with you in a little bit.
Okay.
Ingrid mouths to either Agnes or Ever. probably Agnes, and just mouths vampire, and just kind of looks at the child.
At the child, can I do sense the beast to see if the kid's a
You
vampire?
can do that. That is a free action. Please roll resolve and animalism.
Animalism.
A spooky one.
I got a 9 on the animalism, but a 4 on the resolve.
Okay. She is. This is very easy to tell. She is mortal. She is human.
Yeah, so Agnes will just kind of shake her head, like, no, the kid's not a vampire. But it's like, you know, kind of discreet too.
Yeah. You cannot see Ingrid's eyes, but they are like massive under her massive sunglasses.
The young
that
girl
she's still
kind of
wearing.
like gives a sideways hug to her dad and leaves and goes up, leaves the room. And you see the old man that followed with you, Prawn, follows behind her a few paces.
And Jacob will gesture or give a nod in Braun's direction. Right. Please. I mean, Ever, to your question, I know you probably are wondering what the hell's going on here. That's all very fair, but take a seat and let's talk through it. There are like 2 other couches in addition to the couch where Jacob is seated. I'm just kind of curious, where do people sit?
Oh, she leans up against the wall so that she's like included, but as close to the exit as she can be.
Ingrid kind of sits on like a armrest of the couch, kind of leans on that rather than just to fully sit on a couch, and she's still like keeping her hands in her pocket.
How are the couches arranged? Like, ding.
There is Jacob is sitting in a couch that's in the center, and that there are 2 couches, one on either side,
So
that
like-
are a little bit further away.
Okay.
So there's
Yeah.
like
Love
this view.
seats. Yeah.
Agnes will sit on like the left seat, but closest to the side that he's sitting, but not on the same couch as him. But she angles her body towards him.
And the Will walk in and sit down on the couch opposite of wherever Ingrid is. And similar to Agnes, where he's kind of toward the end of where Jacob is.
Okay.
But, like, whatever couch was free.
Okay. So Jacob will say, Ever, you sure you don't want to take a seat?
I prefer to be close to my exit.
All right. Well, I can assure you that everybody's safe here. Nobody's going to get hurt. At least I hope not. We're just here to have a little bit of check-in. And so I think to get to that question of why are you here, I want to ask you all a question first. And I hope you don't mind if we take that route. And that question is, what do you value? And he's going to look at Ever and say that question to her.
He's such a company man. Oh my god.
I love
I love him so much.
I'm laughing at this because I'm loving this, but she's gonna look at him like totally like expressionless and be like, "I don't see how this is relevant. This information is pertinent for you to know."
I think it's important that we get to know each other a little bit, and I'd just like to get to know you a little bit better, Ever. So,
I
What
am
is-
as paranoid as a person can be. Perhaps you should introduce yourself and explain to me why we're here first.
okay, we'll take a pass on that one. I'll pivot his head over to Will.
Wow. This is you're very enthusiastic here. That's good for you, man. Geez, what do I value? I value my friends. I value my people, the people I care about, you know?
Love it. And by the way, there are no wrong answers here. Thank you, Will.
Yeah.
Ingrid?
Well, I value my privacy and my time, which is very expensive.
Well, she went right to it.
Oh God, not like that. No, I work, so time is ticking. I have things to do. I'm not trying to offer any. I don't offer any services to anyone.
Ingrid.
Even if. Oh
Ingrid,
God.
no one thought you meant that.
No,
Oh.
no one got that.
Then Jacob's gonna give like a big like laugh and like slap his knee. No. It's not that sort of thing at all. But thank you for sharing. And Agnes,
Oh.
I value my family and friends.
see,
My work as well.
I've had the opportunity of meeting Agnes a couple of times through Elysiums and just around the city, and I always knew we had a really strong connection. I mean, no disrespect to anybody else, Will, but I think we really get each other because I also value family. I do. My daughter there, On, you could probably tell she's mortal. Her mother, my wife died 10 years ago, around the time that I was embraced, and making a world that's going to be better for her is what keeps me going. That's family, right? It gives us it's the wind in our sails, or it can be. It should be. And by extension, I see us all here in this room right now as family. You might not think that. You might be thinking, who is this fucking guy? But we're part of a larger family. I mean, going back to Cain, we are a family, am I right? And
Lila's got a really loud scoff. Like, she doesn't even try to hide it.
it's
Right,
fair.
until the
That's
whole
fair.
Cain thing, you had me there. I mean, yeah. Also, can I say that family is not people that you were related to by blood? I mean,
Certainly is not.
100%.
I would argue that I also said family in a way. I didn't call it family.
Oh, for sure. Let's throw that in the
I
family
just had to
file.
make sure that we were on the same page.
Yeah, no, I yeah, for sure picked up
Cool,
on it.
cool.
Oh, sorry, little fire truck passing by, and Jacob will just sit there
Okay,
for a
it is
second.
New York. Yeah, happens a lot.
New York.
They gotta
all right.
keep the city safe. You know what I mean?
Hopefully everyone's okay.
Probably not.
Oh,
I
God.
hope so.
It's
Well,
skepticism.
Well,
This is
you know,
great.
on that topic of family, the reason I'm here, the reason you're here is because a family member put in a request. My sire, Antoinette, I know you all know her, and I know she can be difficult, but
Sorry,
she's
did
got.
Did I cough out loud? Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. This is a safe space.
Sure.
I know she can be difficult, but she noticed that things were a little off the rails here in the East Village, and what with one of the coterie members being killed, and I'm very sorry for that, by the way, truly. And what with the Primogen running off to God knows where, and frankly, the four of you have been a little off the radar in a way that's been somewhat concerning. So she asked me, as her child, to step in as Primogen and lend you all some support, because I think it's clear that you all could benefit from that. Some family support.
Certainly. It's been hard to process the loss of our last member. I'm sorry we've been neglecting our duties to the Camarilla as a result.
I fully appreciate it's been a difficult time.
Shouldn't we be
And I just
very
want to
invisible?
and I just
Not
want
in
to
the radar? Sorry.
and I just want to reiterate, this is not like a any sort of like punitive action from the Camarilla. It's just there's been a vacancy that needs to be filled, and so I'm stepping into that as the new primogen for the East Village.
Oh, congratulations.
So let me get this straight. One of your heads of whatever the hell this is gets up and runs off. She is, from what I understand, basically your sister. Do you guys have no fucking clue where she is?
That's correct.
Clearly I came to the wrong place.
Right. Well, I think it's important that we, whatever's going on here, that hopefully moving forward, there can just be a bit of honesty. I think
how do we know? How do we know you didn't kill Lucy? She's just a pile of ashes somewhere.
You have my word.
And what is your word worth?
Hopefully something.
We'll see.
I'd say it's worth a decent amount considering we're in his home. And we just met his daughter.
And Jacob will just kind of like look around with the kind of implication of thank you, Agnes, but doesn't actually say thank you, Agnes, but just kind of looks around.
And you did help me out a while back, so I got no beef with you. Just do what you gotta do, but you have to understand that trust is earned on this kind of a level. I look forward to seeing how you earn it from us. Because once you do, we'll take care of you.
Thank you, Will. I think on the topic of trust, I think something that will help you all a little bit more is practicing a little bit of what they call in my trade operational security. I think something that's been a little concerning is the sending of messages through unencrypted channels. I mean, that's a surefire way to end up dead at the hand of some second Inquisition agent. And
the cartoon question mark appear over Ever's head, and she's just staring at you like, "What are you talking about?" She doesn't interrupt you, but you can like tell she's confused.
I'm sorry, Ever. Something on your mind?
What were all of those words you just said?
Oh, right. So typically in like standard text message, SMS, once that goes out there, anybody with enough motivation can figure out what that message is and where it's coming from. For instance, I have a text here from Ingrid. It says, stay away from Will. He's taken it. His girlfriend wouldn't like it. Another one, I'm alone in a Grand Hotel, room 265. I don't know what that was about, but I know that if I were somebody working for some sort of nefarious cause, I could find Ingrid alone there in that room, and that would be it.
Ever just takes out her super cheap ass burner phone and is like, I don't text. I barely know how to call.
Good. So I think you're at a little bit of an advantage there. And look, I'm not trying to style.
Wow, we're calling that advantage. That's.
Do you want us to like?
Record books.
Hey, look, I love technology. This is my bread and butter. I don't know, but like that's if you knew, but this is my industry. This is what I do. I have my Apple Watch here. I'm playing like Wordle every single day. I'm addicted to my email, but I do it through.
See, Wordle. That's the new thing.
Agnes did like react when you said Wordle. She's like, it's twice in one day. I gotta play this game. They like hand her phone over to Ingrid to she'll just Google it when she gets home.
Ever's gonna walk over to Jacob. She's not gonna ask for permission. She's just gonna pick up his arm and like examine his Apple Watch like in deep confusion, and then let it go and continue to walk around his apartment.
Yeah, it's actually it's a generation behind, but I'll upgrade it at some point.
I use a burner phone. I have no fucking clue how technology works.
You know what
She
a burner
really
phone
doesn't.
is, so that's good.
Just to prove her point, she actually walks back over and takes your Apple Watch. I think they're touchscreen, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, she tries to tap on one of the little apps and it opens up one that's completely unrelated and nowhere near it.
You feel, Jacob, when she's messing with your Apple Watch, it is behaving not just in a way of someone that doesn't know how to operate technology, but almost as if the technology is resisting her use of it entirely. Which probably is something that Jacob has not seen before.
Like, she's just uses that as a point of, I don't know how this works, so... She doesn't know why it works that way.
She prefers carrier pigeon, I think. Right, Eva?
I'll take carrier person, too.
Relatively secure. Not many people shooting pigeons out of skies these days.
What? Should we just use Signal for now?
I think that's a great idea. Thank you, Ingrid. Yeah, Signal. I mean, hell, even WhatsApp has encryption, although I wouldn't trust it. But I would just recommend that.
I don't know about WhatsApp,
Gotcha.
but I know how to do some smoke signals.
See? You do have a sense of humor.
And Ever's looking at me like, what do you mean? You said signal, it was your idea. She actually thought you meant smoke signal.
And Jacob is gonna get a big laugh out of it too.
On pokes her head into the room, and kind of like whisper shouts, Dad.
Yep, sweetie.
Can I watch TV?
I
finished
how many
all of-
hours do you have today?
I finished all of my work.
Okay, and the supplementary readings as well?
I'm done with those too.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go for it, sweetie. Go ahead.
Cool.
We're just about wrapping up in here anyway.
Okay. And she like looks around at everyone. Okay.
Agnes will give her a smile. And Agnes is still disguised. Yeah.
Okay. Bye. And she leaves.
Does she know?
Yes.
Wow.
In fact, yep.
Other people know she knows.
She has a unique life in terms of people that she interacts with. But we have Pran leading her studies, and a good regimen of other tutors and friends, Gould, to keep her company.
Sounds lonely.
Yeah, I actually I know it's highly unconventional, but I have it on good word from all the way up top that once she reaches her 21st birthday, that we'll be able to embrace her as well. So just kind of waiting till then.
Is
Well, that's
that what
good.
she wants?
I'm sorry?
Is that what she wants, to be embraced? That's what you want for her?
It's what she understands is next, and trust me, we've talked about it many times. While tucking her in, or throughout the day, she knows that that's the best choice for her.
But does she
Is
want-
it?
I'm sorry?
Is it?
Yes, it is. What we have is a profound gift. Not only the power it gives us, but the family it makes us a part of is, well, there's nothing like it. And I truly see it as our responsibility to use that power to help build a better world. Not just for us, but for Kine as well.
Well, both you and I should consider yourselves lucky. Most of the time, they just eliminate family members.
Yep.
This
They?
is a rare but beautiful situation, so it's good.
Take my opinion with a grain of salt. My experiences are very different from yours, but I think she would be better off far away from here.
Family is
that's
incredibly important.
It is.
Try telling that to mio fratello.
To who?
Mio fratello. I don't know English.
I don't know what that
Don't
is.
know.
It's okay. I think we can
My
actually
brother.
translate
Oh,
that,
okay.
and Jacob's gonna open up.
Pull out Google Translate real quick.
And go ahead and say it again. And he's gonna hold up his phone.
She like looks at it and like leans in and she's like, Mio fratello. Does
got
the
the my
Google,
part.
does,
The
does
Google
it even register her
Does
voice?
not register her voice, actually.
Huh? That's strange.
And then Will goes, Mia, hello.
And then it pops up as my brother.
It's Italian for my brother.
Anyone, literally anyone could have told you that. Why did we have to use Google Translate to translate?
Because we
Well,
love our
he didn't
technology.
say
What's wrong
anything,
with
so-
that? There's not a crime.
I think
Not talking to you, Will.
Hey,
I noticed. But hey, you just... Wow. Write that down. Write that down in the history books. Sorry. Anyway,
note
as
of
you were
it.
saying, Jacob.
it's a fair point, Ingrid, and I understand it's probably been a rough day for you. So no offense taken.
You hear a knock at the front door. It echoes quite a bit because the door is metal.
Prawn?
You see the older gentleman scurries into the room, gives you a nod, Jacob, and goes to answer the door. You see his right hand is on his pocket, not in his pocket, but just kind of hovering over his pocket while he answers the door. And can you see the front door from where everyone is sitting?
Yes.
He opens the door and steps aside, and you see a very familiar face for almost all of you, besides Ever. You see Antoinette walk in. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this would be done. Hello, everyone. Delightful to see you again.
Good evening.
Yeah, you looked
Hello.
very happy to see us.
Jacob, a word.
Yeah.
I apologize. I have
Oh, no worries.
things to do later this evening, so I had to come a little bit earlier than expected. Can I have a word with you?
Of course, yeah. And he stands up and walks over to Antoinette.
It might be best for it to be somewhere private, but also happy to just discuss it here.
Sure. Yeah. Let's come on into the back here, and we'll walk to the hallway.
You step into the hallway with her,
And into a room.
into a room, which you guys can hear. Everyone that remains in the living room, you can hear kind of muffled sounds as they're chatting while they go into the room, but you can't distinguish their conversation on its own.
Pretty shameless about waiting. Very, like, the exact second the door closes, she walks over and she puts her earrings.
Okay.
She doesn't care if they open it on her. She just wants to know what's going on.
You can hear ever what's going on. The rest of you can just hear kind of muffled sounds. Again, very sorry for...
I thought we'd have a little bit more time to
No,
chat, but
you totally fine for
I
you
feel like
to...
we were really close to, kind of getting to a good spot of understanding
Yeah,
with everybody.
No,
Yeah.
I think you should continue. I think, whatever you need to do, obviously they have to listen to you. So just, do...
But I don't want them to feel like they have to listen to me. I want them to feel like they want to,
Right. And I think that's great. And I think that you're the perfect person to do... We've had this conversation before.
Of course. Yeah.
So I'll just get to it. I just got back from a meeting with the prince, and there's some brief, very small changes to the plan as of the moment. Your position is still secure, totally fine. I think you're going to do a great job here. It seems like they already love you. But with the absence of Lucy, it really feels like we're missing a very important asset to the Camarilla. Obviously, her attitude was not ideal, but she did provide a useful avenue, and so, great news. I've gotten the prince to clear on as her replacement, as our sort of child kindred. So we can schedule it whenever you want. Obviously, you'll have to talk to her and all of that.
I thought we were going to wait till a little bit further down the line for that.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that was the initial plan, of course. But Jacob, I've front listed her for this. This is a very high position. She would essentially be walking into what you've taken, 10 years to get? Do you not want that for your daughter?
I don't think that it's a lot of those advantages are kind of wiped clean when they're so young, when they're embraced.
Don't tell me you're a bootstrapper, Jacob.
It's a little difficult to be an adult stuck in a child's body. I mean, just thinking the way people will look at her and treat her, and
people
a lot of
will treat her with respect because she will be handpicked by Prince Panhard.
Kindred will, but I'm worried about the mortals as well. I mean, if she's going to have some influence, if she's going to have some sway, if she's going to be able to help continue my work, it's going to be really tough for her.
Your obsession with Kine is delightful at this stage. It's great. I think it's really good for your work. And I know that you're young. You haven't had this... We have very different perspectives. And I know right now everyone is still alive, right? And, your family's still alive. Well, most of your family's still alive. And your friends and your colleagues. And eventually, time will pass and you'll stay the same and they'll all pass away. And I can't give you that perspective now. It's something that you have to experience on your own. But what I'm trying to say is mortal opinions are short-lived. They're short fuses, and it's great to have status with them. It's fun to do every once in a while. I think obviously you're a huge asset to the Camarilla, but I want you to know that you're an asset not just because of your status with the Kine. We would support you even if that weren't the case. And we will support you when that is not the case, because that is an inevitable part of this life that we all live, this unlife. And I understand your hesitance. I do. Sort of. But this
I-
is what's...
Antoinette, if I may, it sounds like you're not really giving me a choice here.
I'm not.
Is that correct?
I'm not giving you a choice. That's right. This is what's happening, Jacob. And obviously we wanted to give you some heads up. I kind of thought you would be delighted. And I recognize that your feelings are still very close to your human life, and if you don't feel comfortable doing this, obviously the prince or I are happy to do it. We of course want to keep her as a Ventru, but just think about it. Tell me your ideal situation and we'll get it sorted. Okay? I have to go.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I think
I understand. Antoinette, don't worry. Totally understand.
Ever moves away from the door at the words, I have to go.
smart move.
I
Look, I will check
I'm just
back
wondering
in.
if there is any way that we might renegotiate the terms here. If there's anything that the family needs, I'm good for it.
Jacob, of course. Your commitment is not in doubt. Your usefulness is not in doubt. But there are very few options in this case. The prince needs a child. On is at the top of our list. And if she chooses not to, or if you decide that's not the right path for her, there is, of course, only one other path.
Understood.
So, we're good? We're good?
You can understand I'm feeling many emotions right now, but yes, we're good at it.
I recognize that that's your experience, and I don't get it, and that's fine. We're different. But take a few days, perhaps, and I'll see you. There's a Primogen Council meeting, next week? Yeah. So we'll talk then, okay? Yeah. We'll talk then.
We will.
And
right.
Good luck. It seems like it's going great. And I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.
All right. Thank you, Antoinette.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful.
Bye. Let me just show you out real quick. And
of course,
he opens the door and just walks into the hallway and into the living room. And anybody who had seen him before can see that he is like totally deflated right now, and just kind of like has the life just sucked out of him. And he walks into the living room towards the door to walk out into it.
Wonderful to see all of you. She doesn't even really look. She turns her head, but does not even look in the direction of everyone sitting in the living room. So great. All right. And then she leaves, and Prawn, who's still standing by the door, closes the door behind her.
Ever mutters a couple of choice words in Italian at her as she sleeps.
She does
Can
not.
Can we rewind a little bit, while this conversation was happening?
Sure. What was happening out in the living room while Ever was eavesdropping and the three of you were sitting?
Ingrid shows Agnes on her phone, not Wordle.
Not Wordle.
They all do Wordle. Really critical scene to outline.
The Signal app. Can you download it?
What is this?
It's a message app. Very encrypted.
Signal? Are you just going to block me on here as well?
There.
She downloads it, I guess.
You probably should do. And she glances at Will.
Oh, are we speaking again?
No.
Just in a
We're not.
professional environment, I suppose.
Oh, so
Mhm.
we're just keeping things professional. I see how it is. Well, I'll download your little app. Got it right here. Thank you for your help, Ingrid.
She just kinda does a really like forced smile. And when she is sure Agnes has the app, she types her a message. Can we talk once we're out of urgent?
Agnes types back, yes.
All right, you both just sent little text messages. Obviously, you're texting each other. Are you gonna clue me in, or is this gonna be leave Will out? Because fuck him.
Ingrid
You have
sends
the
Will
app.
a text. Yeah. Did you download it yet?
Yes, I downloaded it. I said I downloaded it. I'm a man of my word. Come
She
on.
makes like a group chat on Signal. And just like types in happy and question mark.
And he says, "So very happy," and then like a emoji.
She sends like the prayer hands emoji and a thumbs up emoji.
You know, technology is ridiculous. Can we just acknowledge how we're all in a room, and yet here we got these little things looking at them, going like this, and we're all like together, but we're not really together because we're all sucked into that fucking world there. That's just
Ingrid kind of like
not bother anybody else. Is this just me? Is it just me?
pokes her head towards the man who is standing in the room.
Quarter chicken dark.
And also, I haven't used this app before. Just wanted to test it out.
Right. Sorry, that was sorry.
So
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you're
Of course.
tense. I
I know
understand.
it's necessary.
fine.
Yes, I'm very pro technology. We gotta stay up to date. Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
The situation has been a lot, so.
All right. Yeah. We're on the same team, right? We're on the same team. We're on the same team.
Always.
I think at that moment,
Sure.
oops. At that moment, I think is when Jacob and Antoinette walk. Well, first ever, and then Jacob and Antoinette walk back into the living room.
Ever walks in and she looks at the emojis and she's like, "Is this a new language I don't know?"
What is this?
I don't think you are not in the group.
You
chat
don't.
or
You have
anything
not
ever.
downloaded Signal ever, so you're
No,
not in the
you
group
can't
chat.
download
Download
apps
apps on your burner.
Your burner phone cannot download apps.
Well, I mean, most phones can't download smoke signals anyways.
So Antoinette loosely regards all of you and leaves. Prawn
You look like
also leaves.
Everyone's gonna look straight at Jacob.
Yeah,
Going to
Agnes
let
looks
her
at
do
him.
that.
Jacob
Softly.
is still like looking at the door that Antoinette just went out of.
Are you really going to let her do that?
What's that?
You put away the bullshit smile. Are you really going to let her do that to your kid?
Do what?
Is everything okay?
What?
I mean, you look a
To
little.
embrace-
Could you
like
just
you were
sit down? She could be listening right now.
I don't fucking care.
Well, if he does, you
You
should.
should.
Come on, Eva. We don't want to
Shut
piss her
up,
off.
Eva.
Come on. How about Are you sure? Like, can we really talk here? I mean, like, really talk.
Yeah, we can talk here. This is.
Do you have Signal? We can add you to the group chat.
This is yeah, we can talk here. And just 1 second, and he's gonna go check in on real quick.
She's
What's up, Ever?
in her bedroom. Well, actually, she's in her study.
Kind of kid
Her
has a problem with
study. Very beautiful built-in bookcase. And she's watching a... What is she watching? What is she watching?
I don't know. What do 11-year-olds watch now?
I have no idea.
She's
And I
watching
don't know
some
what
good
this...
shows.
She's probably watching some anime.
She's watching some anime. It's not dubbed or subtitled.
Oh, it's
Or-
Japanese.
Yeah.
Fucking genius child. While he's gone, Ever fills everybody in on what she overheard because she was eavesdropping pretty shamelessly.
And he's gonna open the door and just like linger there at the door for a few seconds longer than he should or normally would.
Are
And
you
then say, "Hey, sweetie."
done?
No, I actually need to have a really sensitive conversation right now, so I'm just gonna need you to pop in the AirPods.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay. And she pulls out her AirPods and puts them in, connects them to her TV.
Okay. It should be wrapping up in a little bit. Sorry. And then comes back to the room.
Yeah, Ever fills everybody in while he's gone.
I don't know.
That's fucked up.
I don't
Right?
understand. I mean, I thought I thought I was embraced because technology and investments and doing.
How
I
long
mean,
ago-
no offense, but you're a pawn, and your daughter's become one as well.
But why? I mean, what possible benefit is there to when she's a kid to do that?
Think about it. A small child going, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got lost." In a high security building, she can get a lot of information that
But-
an adult can't.
Everyone
There are other-
trusts.
There are other kids. They could get a kid off the street. They don't need to. I
She's
mean,
already-
my daughter.
She
Come
already
back.
knows what's going on, though. There would be less of an adjustment.
I would
I
say
know she's valuable.
take deep breaths, but I don't think you need to breathe technically. So that's probably not very helpful. But you seem
Eh.
like you're having a bit of a panic.
Look, just
The
Any
emotions of it are helpful.
any humans with Xanax around so you could have a little sip?
Right,
I don't
just-
know. I
This isn't.
and it totally fucking undermines what I'm trying to do here with you all. Sorry.
What?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little out of sorts. Maybe we should let's chat again later. I think I'm just in a little bit of a rough spot right now. So I think I need to take some time to process and
I'm going to be honest with you. I like you better when you're losing your shit than when you're putting on whatever that was before.
Not gonna argue with Ever.
look.
Is
It's a
Wow.
good sign you're sharing this with us because I don't know. I'm sure you put together a lot of the pieces about us. We're a tight group. We take care of each other. We're family. And what she's gonna do to your daughter, it's unforgivable. So, you process, you take your time. When you're ready to talk about it, if you want to hear about some ops, we got resources. Just
Yes, if you want help, you have it.
Yes.
thank you. It means a lot. But I mean that goes both ways. I'm here to support you all, regardless of what is happening. this thing.
You focus on your things first.
This is a big thing. This is a big fucking thing. That's your daughter.
This is your daughter.
Right. Are you gonna rat us out to Antoinette?
No,
Well,
not yet.
See, you are like the fourth kindred that I like.
Well, given that you're hardly 2 weeks old, I guess that.
I've met a lot. Not so great kindred in the past few weeks.
I'm not gonna rat you out, but I'll be completely candid with you here because I do believe that you deserve my honesty. If ratting you out were to change this situation, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Frankly,
I would expect no less.
I would do the same.
True. I would as well. Family, right?
And Jacob, just keep in mind, I know that you said that kindred were all family, but I believe it's more so we have the opportunity to choose our family. Our family can grow, it can stay small, it can be people that we embrace or not. Your daughter is most certainly family, but whoever else is involved in that circle you trust is entirely up to you. And I just say that people that force this kind of situation on you don't care about your best interests or hers. If you agree to this, you'll be agreeing to a very long life of similar situations.
Don't. I mean, the Camarilla that run it all. I mean, I don't see how I could keep my business, my contacts. I don't even know how I could keep my daughter safe if I just don't. I don't know if there's another way. I don't.
There's always another way.
Agreed.
I'll talk to people, see what I can do.
At the very least,
Same.
him.
Nicola holds
more
power.
capable blade than all of you combined.
The Camarilla holds power because they convince everybody that that's true. So, I know I fought for them, I've done a lot of things for them, but there are other people out there, there's other groups that maybe don't see things as such a business, more like the family in the world that you're talking about. I worked my whole life to help kindred and kind alike. It's not gonna stop now. I think our goals align there, Jacob. So, take
Yeah.
the time you need, but we're here.
Thank you, Will.
I'm sure you have our phone numbers.
Yes,
Right?
but could I get your signal handles?
Sure. I'll add you to the group chat.
Okay.
We had to make a handle.
I don't know.
I don't know how it works.
You do now.
I think
Everybody
it's with
put their
your phone
handles in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Everybody put their handles in.
Yes.
I'll give you some time to think about it, but I do expect everyone to tell me what their character's handle is.
Homework. Pick a handle. The Ingrid Academy.
It's not very secure.
Ingrid is the least secure.
Never.
Ever has a handle? I thought she
Her
didn't have
handle
a.
is her inability to type things in, so just a bunch of random letters and numbers. That's literally just what it would be if she could actually have a handle.
This is all hypothetical.
Hypothetical. She could get Romero to download one. He definitely has an iPhone.
Just went with Agnes' original character concept.
I'm gonna think about it for a little bit. 'Cause
Okay,
I
you
can't
can
Well,
think
it's
about
like
it for a little while.
Jim
Important
Bro.
decision so quickly.
I know, you don't have to make it right now.
I'm a steward, not a. Okay. Yeah.
Do you all depart? Do you stay? Where's
What
everyone
time is it?
headed? You've been here for a while. It's probably like midnight.
Ingrid needs to go.
At this point, Everett's gonna call Romero to see if he's okay.
He does not answer the phone.
Fuck.
Agnes?
Oh, before we leave, Agnes will just say to Jacob, Jacob, it was good to see you again. It'll be okay. I know it may not seem like it now, but I'm certain it will be. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank you, Agnes.
And then she'll go. And she'll meet Ingrid, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Ever actually does not leave.
Oh?
After hanging up with Romero, who did not pick up, she's gonna look at Jacob. Do you know how to track a phone?
Yeah. What's going on?
My friend is missing.
Okay. Do you know if your friend has an iPhone or an Android or?
I don't know, but I have his number. It's one of them. That
He has a
helps.
phone
It
for
has-
sure.
Yeah, I can. If yeah, give me the number and I can spend some time running it. It'll take a little bit, but I can probably get back to you tomorrow.
Would be more helpful tonight. The unfortunate thing is he is my friend. He's also the one that's me.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can we can fix that. I can just call my people and have somebody else show up. Do you have any preferences?
My friend. That is my friend. I only drink from my friend because I have his permission.
Because you have what?
His permission.
These people, they kind of give permission to. It's sort of monetary motivated permission, but they get permission.
Not sure I want the blood hooker.
Jacob, there is a way for you to probably a chance for you to track that phone.
Okay. Is it a technology roll?
It will be a technomancy roll. So, if you
Technomancy is a thing.
technomancy, if you would like to use Sanguine Shell, you could try and make your own phone, whatever normal or computer, whatever method you usually use
Yep.
to track. You may do that at the cost of 1 rouse check if you would like to.
Let's
do so.
freaking do it. Thanks for doing the creative thinking for me.
You're welcome. So first things first is you need to make a rouse check. So roll 1d10.
Is this the blood die?
It doesn't matter.
Just
Okay.
any.
Just any.
A 3.
A 3. So you gain a level of hunger. You start every night at 1, so you are now at hunger level 2. And you're going to roll technomancy, which I believe you have 2 dots in, and manipulation, which is a social attribute. And you will need to substitute in, I think that's what, 2 or 3 dice, maybe more. I forgot to print out your character sheet.
So I have 2 dots in manipulation, 2 dots in technomancy.
Great. So you're going to roll 4 d10s. 2 of those are your blood dice. 2 are just regular. You can like roll them in different places, or if you know, whatever. Just designate 2 of them as your hunger die.
I usually use my percentile dice as my hunger dice because it's easier to differentiate.
Oh, big brain. That's smart.
I got red dice for blood.
Nice.
I only have 1 set of those, so it doesn't work for long.
All right. I have a 1 and a 7 on my standard dice.
Okay.
And on blood, I have 1 and I have 9.
Okay. So 2. You probably you don't get like detailed information, but if you want, you do have to use your blood to achieve this effect. You're welcome to narrate that however you like. And then I will tell you what information you gather.
Yeah, so Jacob says, actually, wait a second. And he sits down at his desk and he has his, there's like a big old PC rig there. Actually, it probably has to be a Mac, but like a big honking Mac, you know, we're not talking a laptop. This is a battle station. And he's gonna bite his palm and get a little bit of blood out there. And then press it into the onto the CPU tower, and a little bit of blood like drips down the side.
Ooh.
Inputting the phone number and information that Ever gave you, you can tell that his phone is on. It's still like available to find, and it is, as far as you can tell, you can't get a lot of information about where it is because it seems like the signal is being blocked significantly. But it does look like it's underground, perhaps?
Am I able to get any other information about like who the phone belongs to, or
No.
no records like
Yeah.
that?
No, not with it too.
Yeah. So just right now, I mean, if I had more time, I could probably figure out more. But looks like this is I don't have like a location. I just have a sense of the signal strength.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems
have...
it seems close-ish, but like the closest that you could get to a geolocation is like it's in Manhattan generally, like.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not able to narrow it down that much, but whoever has this phone, or wherever this phone is, it's somewhere in Manhattan, which is strange because typically there's really good signal coverage, aside from in the West Village, but usually really good signal coverage all around. But this is really faint, so maybe this person's riding the subway.
Not at this hour. Usually by now he's at home asleep.
Yeah, I can try to take another stab at it later, but
Please do, and if you find anything, let me know.
yeah. Now I need to check in on but you know,
Yes.
Good to meet you.
Don't let anyone bully you.
Yep.
I've
Sure
made that
won't.
mistake for most of my life. Don't let anyone bully you.
It's feel like it's easier to do when you don't have others to worry about.
True enough.
But I appreciate it.
She just kind of like waves her hand as she's leaving.
Ingrid and Agnes, where do you all talk?
Can you walk with me?
All right.
Will, what are you doing as you all
I
left
don't
at the
know.
same
Was Will
time?
invited along? Did he stay to give Ever a ride? Did she rode with him?
I don't know.
Ever's...
Ingrid would not talk to Agnes if Will is around about
All
this.
right, so
But
fuck Will. He is still
Agnes will kind of
hanging out with.
like it's okay.
Yeah, he'll stay behind with Ever to take her home. And before they leave, he just kind of gives like a knowing to like Agnes, like, get that buddy, you got this kind of.
Your sound's really quiet.
Yeah,
for me.
you
I don't
got
know if
really
that's
low.
just me or-
Is this any better?
Yeah, that's better.
So he kind of gives Agnes like a hang in there, buddy. We'll figure this out. Kind of looks,
Yeah. Your turn.
and then he says, he turns to Ingrid and he says, make sure you take care of yourself. Okay.
is it possible for me to drop the I can't remember what I used on Will? Mesmerize or
Yes,
Forgetful
yeah.
Mind?
Yeah. You can still feel like you feel that active. Like part of you feels like you're still repelling him away. But you can choose to drop it.
I don't say anything to Will, but I do drop the. Does he like feel this, or does he realize that he's been messed with?
No, you would realize it the next time you try to like talk to Ingrid, you would be able to do it. But you were very much under the impression that this was just your own shit that you were dealing with. That was making you not talk to her.
Okay. So, but the not talk, I couldn't contact her, but I could talk to her though, right?
Yeah. But now you could like if you wanted to
okay.
call her or text her or like.
Now I could.
Yeah, now you can.
Okay. All right. Sure. But yeah, he stayed back with Ever, and he, yeah.
So Agnes and
Walk with me.
Ingrid.
Agnes
It's
is
not far.
silently walking with you.
I know things have not been ideal. And I don't expect you to help me, but I'm think I'm in over my head.
Why do you think that?
Oh, Grace, well, Dr. Reeg, my boss, she brought in my brother. My actual brother.
Brought him in?
I was interviewing people to help me at the lab, and he got invited there. And I don't know what to do. And there's a girl, Siobhan. She's a kindred. So my phone is tapped. My office is tapped. And she said that Rig is basically a psycho bitch, and is doing this to like torture me or something. And I'm just, I know that you know probably more than other people how much family means. And I don't want anything to happen to him, but I don't know how to explain to him what's going on. And I'm afraid if I don't choose him to work with me, then she will do something. But she's talking about ghouling him, and I don't know what that means. And I don't want to. But I cannot, like, I can't tell him, right? I cannot break the masquerade. Don't freaking out.
That is a lot.
I'm sorry I blocked you. I don't know what came into me. Ugh. I'm sorry about what I said about Roman.
Yes, you were.
I'm sorry about a lot of things.
You were quite out of line. But I forgive you.
She, like, very impromptly, like, starts hugging. Oh my god. Why is Discord being a weird fuck?
Did everyone just glitch?
Yeah.
Okay. Couldn't tell if it was just me.
Yeah, so she very impromptly hugs Agnes in the middle of the street really tightly.
You'll hug her back, kind of squeeze her a bit. And then when you pull away, she looks you in the eyes. And she says,
There are no eyes, there are only big sunglasses.
well, if she looks at where your eyes would be, I forgot that you're still wearing sunglasses. Oh, shit. If you cross me again, I cannot guarantee my forgiveness the next time. You understand that, yes?
Yes.
Then think before you do things. And then maybe you wouldn't be in this kind of situation to begin with.
Yes.
No. I don't personally know Grace. I don't know how she operates, what she is willing to do, or why. I don't know what her reasoning would quite be. But if you do believe that your brother is in danger, and most certainly is.
Yes. Like, it's not a coincidence, right? Like, there was
It
3
certainly
people.
is not, no.
And what kind of a person would do that?
Well, my guess is maybe she's not too sure about you and your loyalties, if she can trust you or rely on you, and she wants some form of collateral, but in a very underhand way.
I'm not willing to give my brother as a collateral. I already am doing things for her.
And she wants to ensure that you keep doing things for her.
What should I do?
you tell your brother, what do you think his reaction would be?
He would think it's a prank? I don't think he would believe me. Like, right? Like, a month ago, I would have thought if someone told me that there are kindred, I would have told them to go fuck themselves. And, that they are full of shit. And probably laughed at their face.
What all do I know about like ghouling and the personal effects that it has on an individual? So I know that Oren was ghouled, but he was cool with it and he was still like his own person. But then there's the delivery people that are spaced
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So ghouling makes the person subservient to whoever has ghouled them. So it's really a matter of how that person uses that relationship. Like for example, like if you hired a security guard, you would ghoul them so that you could tell them all of the things they needed to know about kindred and who might attack you. But then you could like command them to not ever say that to anyone. And that's like a surefire way that they're not going to be a masquerade breach. So they're very heavily used in the Camarilla, and it makes the person be very passionate and like willing and wanting to do things to make the vampire happy that like ghouled them. But it can be like used to a very large extent or not really that much.
Okay. Ghouling is not inherently bad.
Right.
And
Luna was ghouled. Yes?
yes, she was. It can be beneficial. Given the circumstances, the situation. Potentially if you can be the one that ghouls him, then that would be an
I just
option
want to do that.
to ensure his safety. I am not so sure him leaving and going home would be the safest bet,
Right. The
especially
rest
if
of my
you have cause for
family
concern.
rest of my family should be safe. They are across the world. Relatively safe.
You know, Will does know Grace well, from what I
Yes, I
understand.
know.
I believe
Do
his
well.
input and advice in this particular situation would be beneficial. I understand, though, that might be a difficult task to accomplish.
I don't want him involved.
And why is that?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know is not a good enough reason when someone's life is on the line, Ingrid.
I know. Like, I don't know, maybe I don't want him to think that I'm just like jealous and making things up. Because I may have been slightly showing signs that could be read as jealous.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not. Like, this is happening.
Are you
and there's been an
really not
office.
jealous?
For me to be jealous, that would mean that I felt something for Will.
Yes.
And I don't think I'm good for him.
Well, if you think that, well, one, that's a very mature thing to say. But if you do think that, then there's always room for growth. You can acknowledge that. You can grow from it. You can be good for him, but staying away from him, ignoring him, icing him out, especially when he is your friend, first and foremost, that's not the right thing to do. And that's not how to be good for somebody. But it's your life. I'm not trying to tell you how to live it. I'm just
Thank
saying my
you.
2 cents.
I appreciate them. Your 2 cents. Just can I tell you something?
Certainly.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be a second choice. I don't want to be. I don't know. Maybe they had something very special, and his girlfriend just kept popping up everywhere, and I don't want to be just another addition to that list.
I can understand that.
Harry,
Do you know why he and Grace parted ways?
no, didn't they to ask?
Well, I think and I can't speak for Will. I don't know how he feels about you, about anyone. But he's a good man. He's
Yes,
genuine,
he is. I know.
and he's honest.
Yeah.
And if you went and talked to him, he would talk, and he would listen. That counts for something. So, regardless of his past, who he's been with, doesn't really matter. All that matters is right now, who he chooses to be with, which may very well be you, may very well not be.
Yeah.
And I know that's scary.
It
But sometimes
is.
in life it's worth doing the scary thing.
Just, I don't. What if I'm just a kitty sire? Oh no, adopted. What's the counterpart of sire?
Child.
Sire, child. Ooh, that's a weird word to use.
We're not
Just-
using that.
No, we're not.
Sired.
We'll go with that.
That maybe he took a pity on me.
That's not what happened.
We never talked. We just had sex.
And why didn't you talk?
Well, a lot of things were going on. Like,
Did you try to talk?
neither one of us, I guess.
You have to make time to talk.
No,
Otherwise, it's just sex.
I know. Oh, Agnes, why are you so white?
I've lived a long time,
That makes sense.
and I take time to listen and think.
Yeah. Is that why you talk so very slowly?
I suppose.
Um, I, you, um, I, I hope everything is going well with the family.
It is.
And, if maybe I could give your husband another chance to, uh, you know, not threaten us.
I would like that. And I know he would as well. He was apologetic.
Right.
If you need help with your brother, you can call me, of course. Um, I'm certain we can find a safe place for him to go if it comes to that.
That makes me feel better. What
You're not alone.
what do you think about that fucked up thing that happened at the apartment? About the child?
Oh, that fucked up thing.
Oh, well,
About them forcibly turning his
that's
daughter.
awful, right?
It's simply horrible. No one should. A child should not be forced into this life.
No one should.
Yeah.
It's worse than anything that has ever happened to me. I wish I could go back in time, change things, but I can't. But I'm working on it. Um, and I hope that maybe I can find a way to turn back the time.
I'm sure that eventually you will. It'll take time. But,
Well, like I said
Ingrid,
once today, we have nothing but time, right?
that's true. This life, it's truly not all bad. It can
I
be. And it
have
is,
not seen it.
you haven't been in it very long.
Mm.
But there is good. You just have to find it. Sometimes you have to work for it. But it's
Well,
there.
this is me, where I work. I assume they have been walking to
Yeah.
the. I live here, and she points out the building next to it.
It's a nice place.
It's quite nice.
Well,
Nice salary, benefits,
that's good. It's good.
dental. That was a joke.
Oh. It's
I
funny.
don't need dental anymore.
You don't really need benefits. But, it was nice having this chat with you, Ingrid. I've been worried these past couple of days.
and I've been wanting to reach out, but I thought maybe I burned that bridge for good.
I believe in second chances.
Yeah. Thank you. Maybe I'll try that approach.
Would be good. Think about everything I said.
I will.
If you need me, call.
I know. I'll use Signal. I think my phone is tapped.
Okay. Maybe use
when-
that Signal app and we can just meet.
Yes.
Don't say any details.
Also, your post, like everyone's post, I guess, is being monitored. I don't know about yours, but Lucy's mail got interfered by Grace.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, and you don't suppose there are like kindred hitmen?
Definitely. I mean,
Right.
yes.
There's someone I would really like to get rid of.
Oh, you want a hitman? Who?
Yeah, I don't think you were there. I think it was just. So I have a ex-boyfriend. It's
You
quite
want a hitman
toxic.
for your ex-boyfriend?
And he's a kindred as well, which I found out just recently. And he's doing awful things, and he just wants to like he calls it art, and he likes to film. It's basically porn, and then like bloody vampire kindred stuff. And he's all pretentious, like, oh, I have a cameraman from Juilliard, blah 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 blah. But is there a way for me to rid of him?
I suppose I will talk to my people and see. Did you say you had a cameraman from Juilliard?
Yeah, I think he told me he has a cameraman from Juilliard. He supposed it was good enough.
And what is your ex-boyfriend's name again?
Randall.
Randall.
Insert last name here,
Nash.
but I don't know. Nash. Randall Nash. Goes by goth boyfriend.
Right?
He's a very he does he streams horror games and it's all anyway.
Randall Nash.
Why do you care about his cameraman?
Well, that's right, you don't know about the atrocities occurring within the city. There's a cameraman, and I use that term literally, was in the hospital with a camcorder attached to his hand, and he went to Juilliard. So it's a bit unusual, those things coming up twice in 4 days' time.
What do you mean attached to his hand? Like
Grafted. There was no removing it without
what?
cutting him. We didn't.
Oh, do you think that's Randall's cameraman? There's probably porn in that camera then.
Well, I guess we'll find out when we get the SD card, if we get it.
He's like me. Like what am I?
Toreador?
Yes. He goes with all the other toreadors.
Mm. Okay.
If that helps.
Yes, it does. Thank you. There are also other dangers
Yeah,
bubbling.
the Sabbat.
Oh, good, you know. How do you know?
No. Ever said something about a Sabbat? And I thought it's the holiday. No, is
No,
it like a Jewish? Is that no?
no. It is a
But she said it's the bad guy.
yes. Well put. Yes, they are bad.
They're back.
Very bad. Or trying to figure out what to do with that issue as well. You've missed out on a lot.
Well, luckily we now have a good, secure group chat. So
Oh,
Romaine,
I may not be available these next couple of days.
oh,
Tomorrow, I will be embracing someone.
what?
Tomlin,
Wait,
he left behind someone very important when he passed. And,
that was your son, yes?
yes, Tomlin was my son.
Or he was a embraced child, but not biologically.
He's my child, yes, but embraced. I embraced him and Lily at the same time. He had a significant other, Oren, and,
Poor thing.
yeah. But, he's made the decision.
Does he know what it entails?
He knows. He and
Sure.
Tomlin talked about it extensively.
Well, I'm sure Tomlin probably has a very different view on it than someone who's not that interested in this lifestyle. Shouldn't he hear all sides before making a
Yes,
decision?
but I agree. Its perspective is incredibly important. But as I had mentioned earlier, this life, it's not all bad. There is good within it. And Oren, even though he wasn't kindred, he did find that good.
But it's like giving someone a disease.
It's only a curse if you treat it as such.
Tell me a good thing that this thing brought you, other than people. Do you really think the good outweighs the bad? Wouldn't
think
you
the
rather
good
have
makes the
grown
bad worth it.
old? Wouldn't you rather have grown old with your husband?
No,
No?
no.
Oh.
She sours pretty immediately at the mention of him.
Oh. I think Ingrid probably meant Roman, but
Oh,
she doesn't know that she's had
sorry.
other.
When I was alive, I was
Yes.
married to a different man.
Oh. Well, wouldn't you rather have grown old with Roman? Had biological children, and enjoyed the sunlight.
Of course I would have
You
loved
miss-
those things, Ingrid, but I still had that with him. I still have him. And if I had never been put through the hell that I was put through to become what I am, I never would have met him.
But it's not right to live like this.
Why do you think that?
It's it's I'm pretty certain by now that it's an actual disease. And there will be a cure, Agnes. Imagine feeling the sun on your skin again. Don't you want that?
I don't remember what it feels like, Ingrid.
It feels wonderful.
If there ever is a cure, I'm doubtful it will work for Nosferatu.
Why wouldn't it?
This is existence, this the way that we come into the world is a lengthy process. Some of the worst pain imaginable.
Well, won't the won't Tomlin's boyfriend also then feel that? Why would you put him through that?
He knows, Ingrid.
Isn't there someone else that could do it? Someone who is not. I don't remember pain.
It would not be right if anyone else did it.
Well, I'm sorry, Agnes. I know we just literally made up, but get your head out of your ass.
It's yours.
Well, you would put him through all that pain just because, what? You have this sense of, I don't know. Literally, Ree here cannot think the word in English that I'm looking for. so that's why, like, twisted sense of responsibility.
No. No. Ingrid, whether he chooses the embrace or not, I will still love him. He will still be my
I
family.
don't doubt that.
But he
but
wants this, Ingrid.
Are you sure he knows what he's getting into, really?
Yes. I am. He has nothing outside of this. He's certainly nervous. I'm nervous.
I don't understand why you would want to cause him that.
You think I want to cause him pain?
Just clearly you seem like you want to make this happen and don't try to find any other avenue to do it. Because of what? What about I don't know, Anna or David or someone who could do it without the pain?
I will bring this up with him. Thank you for your input. Good night, Ingrid.
Good night, Agnes.
She leaves.
Oh God. I think I forgot to breathe. For a
There
little
was
bit.
like so many things I wanted to say then, but then I was like, oh, I gotta walk away.
After Ever leaves your apartment, what does Jacob do? You're on mute. Just a reminder.
Jacob is gonna sit there for a little bit, and then just on the couch, kind of staring into space, and then is going to peek into On Study again.
She doesn't hear you open the door, and she's changed the channel from anime to some reality show that you don't recognize.
Does it seem like she's like into it? She's watching it. She's
Yeah.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
He's gonna say something, but then just closes the door quietly, and resolutely walks to his computer.
Okay.
And tries to find any information about Lucy that he can.
Okay.
What she looks like, last known location, all of that stuff.
Okay.
With the intention of trying to track where she is.
Okay, give me an intelligence and technology roll. So all of your dots in those. Sub out your hunger die.
Intelligence and then what technology you said?
Mm-hmm.
And then where did the hunger die get subbed into? They just
In that pool. So swap out 2 of those.
Okay. And the specialty in cybersecurity, will that come in handy at all?
I don't think in this case, because you're just looking for info about Lucy.
All right. So 9, 9, 8, 1, 2, 4. So that's 3 passes.
Okay. You get... Where are you looking?
Does the Camarilla have any like sort of database that he would have access to?
They probably do. I'm assuming you've helped them set it up. So you probably have access to some information. The transition is rough from paper files to digital.
So looking there, also looking at like it kind of, I'm imagining if possible, Jacob has like work, his organization has like access to like CCTV, Nest camera footage, Ring, that sort of stuff.
I'll send you the information that you get from this search.
Great. But that's what he's going to do as the next step.
Okay. Will and Ever. Will you drop Ever off at home, I'm assuming? Or not? You guys go somewhere else? Fucking hell.
Unless Ever wants to go somewhere else. We'll just drop her off.
Ever doesn't really say anything at all when she's done. Like, she doesn't say anything. She kind of just follows you and lets you take charge.
So he takes her home, and he puts the helmet on her head, which she gets on.
Safety first, obviously.
Safety first. Safety first, Will.
She will kind of give you a look, but she will buckle it.
And he just kind of like pats her head, pats the helmet, and then he takes her home. You're pretty quiet there, but you doing okay? It's been quite a couple of few days.
I think Romero was kidnapped.
I'm sorry.
And unfortunately, that means I have to go underground.
What do you mean go underground?
I have to
You gotta
go back.
hide? Why would you have to do that? I,
Because they're the only ones that would have taken him.
why would they take him?
Because they know I have an attachment. Or I should say, mio fratello knows that I have an attachment.
You think your brother's in New York?
It wouldn't fucking surprise me. He shows up like a goddamn cockroach.
That's very of him, actually.
It's very what?
That's very New York of him. We do have a roach problem here, among other.
Don't worry, he's so much worse than a roach.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I don't believe I've had the pleasure before.
You don't want to.
I kind of figured. So, how soon are you gonna? Are you going there now? Like,
Probably, yes.
are you sure you want to do that? Like, right now? You got anybody to go with you?
No, but it has to be alone.
So you don't want me to come with you then? I wouldn't be helpful.
You really want to come and be questioned by a bunch of psychotic fanatics about why I brought you. This isn't
mean-
a rescue mission, it's a stealth mission.
Look, you know I fucking hate this about. But I'd go there for you, if it would help.
And I can't ask that of you.
It's not asking if I'm offering.
Still can't. It has to be me alone.
Right, well, keep me posted, okay?
I will. I promise.
And I'm gonna come looking for you if your ass doesn't show back up here. You get it?
I fully believe that.
Yeah. So
Honestly, I expect it. If I'm not back in a couple of weeks, you better come and fucking find me.
fuck, it's gonna take you a couple of weeks? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Shit. Well,
It mostly just depends on how long it takes me to find them. Probably not.
alright, well,
They're a bunch. They're terrible at disguising shit.
kinda, but only because they don't give a shit.
Exactly. That's why it's easier to track them down.
The problem is once you're in their nest,
Yes. Once I'm in, I'm going to have trouble coming back out.
there's gotta be something on the top side to help you. Some of our contacts, something. I mean, would Roman have connections or?
I mean, he may, but definitely not with the Sabbat. The only thing they hate more than humans is the Camarilla.
That's true. But Roman's not really Camarilla.
Where are you going? Right, here. Go away. I mean, worth a shot.
Well, you literally have no way to contact me other than your smoke signals. A lot of good smoke signals will do when you go in the underbelly of fucking New York City.
Hmm. Don't worry, I'll find a way to let you know if I'm okay. I have my.
Well, I believe. Be careful of her.
You too.
Thanks.
She gonna kiss him.
Cute.
And then she's gonna let him go and kind of like, okay, now go. Go back home.
And he just kind of like looks at her like shit. But then he gets on his bike and he goes.
You go back to your apartment.
I think he's gonna drive to see Anna and David.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. You
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. That's fine. You ride your motorcycle across the bridge to Brooklyn, to one of Anna and David's many havens, the one they're currently occupying. It's a very beautiful loft in Williamsburg. And they're the only people in the building for the most part. There's like an art studio on the first floor and they live on the second floor. And you park your motorcycle. It's very easy parking out here. And make your way up the stairs to their apartment.
He kind of gathers himself and he turns like he's gonna walk away. But then he just like takes a deep breath and then he knocks on the door.
Anna answers the door. Anna's very short. She has long brown hair, very friendly face, probably embraced in her early 30s. Rachel, you're so quick. Well, it's so good to see you. What are you doing here?
Hey,
I mean, come
I didn't know.
in. And she like ushers you inside of the apartment and closes the door.
Hi.
Are
I don't. He hasn't talked to her since, right? Since
No,
that
he's
night
talked
at
to
the-
David, but not to Anna.
Yeah.
And she kind of like holds your arms, you know, like she can't reach very much of you, but she like kind of holds you at a distance to like look you up and down. I'm so glad you're here, Will.
Yeah. Look, I know we haven't talked since that night. But I didn't know where else to go.
What's going on? Come, of course you.
There's lots of shit going down.
Okay, you want to tell me about it?
I do, because I always told you about everything. And I miss not having that
I've
anymore.
missed that too.
I don't know how much David told you. He probably told you everything. Because it's David and it's you and this, I mean, you and him anyway.
I mean, he did tell me everything, but if you want to tell it to me too, I'm happy to listen.
We can compare notes, maybe. No, So, Grace is back.
I did hear that. How are you doing?
I don't really know, honestly. She, I thought I was gonna march on in there and I was gonna just fucking, I don't know, yell at her and let her know all this anger and rage just right at. God knows she deserves it. But when I saw her, it's not how it went.
Oh, Will, you always had a soft spot for her. I know. I don't know if you're capable of being angry towards the people you love.
Oh.
Might be a useful skill to learn someday.
How to stay angry?
How to be angry at the people you love, Will. Sometimes they deserve you to be angry.
Well, I mean, I punched Fedya the other night, so
Oh,
you'd be proud of
well,
me for that, I guess.
if you think
Is
I would
that-
be proud of you, then I probably would be. Isn't he a
Yeah,
little
that's
boy?
he's not as young as I thought.
Oh,
It seems like every fucking person that I know and I love, I don't actually know him. At least that's what it feels like. I thought I met him in the 90s during the war. I thought he had been newly embraced by the bastard Camarilla turning kids for their own fucking dirty work. He'd been a kindred. He's fucking older than you.
oh, that's unsettling.
Yeah. And I've been calling him kid. He is like he's my kid brother or something. And fuck. But there's a lot of shit going down. I don't know which way to turn. Camarilla shit's falling through, and now we got a new primogen.
I mean, I know it's not the right time to say it, but you know, you don't have to stay with them. There's a lot of nice
know.
apartments in Brooklyn. I'm saying. We can
Yes,
find
I
you
know,
something nice.
Brooklyn is very nice. It's very nice, yes. So we got a new primogen, and they're gonna make him turn his daughter, who is not. She's just a kid. So I don't know how that's gonna turn up, but
That's horrible. Not I don't want to say par for the course, but not so unexpected, but
it's very Camarilla of them.
it's very, they like control, they like power.
So if I mean, the man's got to decide for himself. It's his daughter, but I certainly hope he doesn't let him do it. But could and David maybe help us find a way to not let it happen?
Of course. Of course. I mean, it will be difficult, but you know, we're always willing to, that's not right, and we're always willing to figure something out. And I promise that we'll tell you the whole truth of whatever we figure out for your new friend.
You sure?
I'm certain.
Okay. So with Grace being back, Ingrid is now working for Grace. I don't know if you knew that.
I did hear that as well.
Who'd you hear that from? Did David tell you that?
David told me that as well.
Okay.
I heard she
I
came
don't
to
even
your
fucking remember.
apartment in a very kind of dramatic way, and
Oh fuck yeah, he was there for that. Fuck,
yeah.
I was
It seems
That was a bad night.
yeah, that's a very unfortunate coincidence for you, I'm sure. A lot of confusing feelings.
Yeah. I don't want anything to happen to Ingrid. And I know I shouldn't trust Grace again. But I'm good old Will, and I've fallen. I want to believe that the woman that I loved so much is actually in there.
Well, I know that you loved her a lot and you had a few really great years together. And I do believe that you see the best in people. And she did a lot of really nasty things and told you a lot of lies. I don't know if you really know who she is.
Yeah. I'm afraid of that too.
I just don't want you to get hurt again, and certainly want Ingrid to be safe. And
Yeah. But with all this shit going down, I mean, she's got a lot of power now. I mean, that's one thing I gotta give her.
well,
She's been
she's
doing the thing she...
very ambitious.
Yeah. But with... I don't know where things are gonna go with the Camarilla and everything, but it would be helpful to have her on our side, don't you think?
I mean, maybe. It's certainly possible.
But I'm playing with fire.
I would say she's used you before to get what she wants, and if she does, say that she's going to help you again, I would just keep that in mind as, kind of what happened the last time, and maybe try not to repeat that again.
Yeah, that's really good advice, and well, I guess don't want to hold you up. I know you got lots of stuff to do, but thank you for being here for me.
Well, we are always here for you, and I'm always here for you, and I'm just a short drive or a phone call away.
Yeah, the phone calls aren't good unless you got signal. We should stay away from the phone calls.
Well,
Although you still use the landline, so...
I mean, the landline's
Oh, no.
protected because it's plugged into the house.
Right. Okay, yeah.
They can't. I installed this phone myself, and I know that they have not wiretapped it.
Right.
I keep my eyes on it.
Okay. Well, I'll give it I stopped by and said hi.
I will. Lord knows he should be home by now, but what are you going to do?
Driving his Hot Wheels, probably.
Probably.
Or should we actually be worried? Are we
I'm
worried?
sure no, we're not worried. He's
All right.
he's off with the boys.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Google is haunted.
It's like, what was that voice? How was your day going? That was weird. And so he gives her a big hug.
She wraps her arms around your waist, gives you a big hug, sends you on your way.
And then he goes.
You pull up to your apartment, and standing outside, it's beginning to drizzle a little bit. Kind of one of those beautiful New York nights. All the lights are very twinkly in the slight rain. And there's a woman standing outside of your apartment with a big, very fancy umbrella. You pull up closer and you realize she's wearing a long lab coat, and it is Grace.
Shit. He goes and parks his bike, and he takes a big breath again, kind of like tries to pump himself up, and then he turns around and approaches her. Grace, what are you doing here?
Will, I'm sorry. I was gonna call beforehand, but I was out running errands and happened to be down here. Can I come in?
Yeah, sure. Come on in. Sure. You don't want to be out here in the rain.
Yeah.
It's smart to have a nice umbrella and everything, so that was a good choice. They should have thought of that.
I mean, it would be hard to hold an umbrella and ride a motorcycle, probably.
Yeah, but I mean that's safety first. That's what the helmet and jacket, it kind of takes care of that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's an interesting choice for a dead person, but I think it's very cute.
What, the motorcycle?
No, the helmet.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm a medical professional, so I gotta be the change I want to see in the world. There's a lot of injuries that happen because of people not wearing their helmets.
Yeah.
Motorcycles are very dangerous, so I gotta be a good example.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, come on, come in. And he unlocks the door and heads in.
She comes
He
in.
tries to make things nice. He's
Oh, you don't
he
you don't
was-
have to. I promise I won't be long. I'm actually here in a professional capacity. I don't know. I didn't want to do this over the phone. We sit down with me. So as you know, your friend Ingrid is working for my lab.
Right.
And so she and I have we've been spending time together. I manage her. And so I've been seeing her the past few days, and I also keep an eye on her work and her lab and her office. And I noticed some strange behavior. So I just went and watched our security tapes of her, and that people like me have issues, crazy issues.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Know all about those.
Yeah. So we can also put those on other people. Sometimes it's conscious, sometimes it's not, and people can't help it. And it's kind of one of the reasons why Malkavians tend to spend time together and not so much with other clans, because there's a little bit of a stereotype that if you spend a lot of time with them, you'll also go crazy, which is hurtful, but is also sometimes true. And
What are you saying, Grace?
I think someone has been altering Ingrid's mind.
Someone.
Yes.
Someone who? Who would want to do that? I mean, Ingrid is a brand new kindred. She doesn't know anything about this life. She's who would want to do that to her?
I don't know. I mean, it's only been a few days. I haven't spent a lot of time figuring it out. I don't know. I didn't want to be the only one that had the information.
So what do we do? How do we help her? Like, you're gonna help her, right?
Yeah. I mean, it'll be easier once we figure out who's doing it. That will certainly make it easier to stop, which I'm happy to work on. And I have some free time this week, sort of, I can I can rearrange a little bit and spend some time doing that. But I gave her like a protective item that hopefully will help stop it from getting worse. It won't make it better yet, but I'll help her. I promise. That's why she and I don't like get along all that well. So I wanted to talk to you about it. And now I'm realizing that's maybe weirder. Maybe I just wanted to talk to you.
Grace. I trust that whole thing, that was I want to trust you so bad, but how do I know that it's not you doing it? How do I know that it's not your sire doing it? How do I know? I mean, I appreciate you coming here like this and telling me. You know that I take care of my friends, and of course I'm gonna take care of Ingrid, and I appreciate that, but I don't. How do I know you're not gonna just chew her up and spit her out, or make her
I
do awful things? Do you understand where
I
I'm coming from this, Grace? Do you understand?
I I understand your hesitancy. I know that you don't have to trust me. There's not that much reason to trust me. For what it's worth, I can't make people crazy. I know that you have no reason to believe that that's true either, but that's just not something that I'm capable of. In a very, like medical discipline kind of way. It's just not how the blood works for me.
How does it work, Grace?
It's a good question.
You would go away for days and days at a time and come back and not remember a thing. Except for you did remember a thing. It was just good old Will who believed it. So, what is your real crazy, Grace?
Maybe I don't have one.
Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe I'm your crazy.
Maybe
Crazy
I've
enough to fall
heard
for you?
that love makes you crazy.
Grace.
We can talk about me later. I just wanted to help you with your friend, and I don't need you to. I'm gonna work on helping her, and I'm not telling you that so that you think that I'm good or sucking up to you, or it's in my best interest for her to be effective and on her best game. And, so I'm going to help her. I'm not doing it. I know my word means nothing to you. But that's all I have to say to you.
Okay.
And the job offer still stands if you want it. I would like to spend more time with you, but I understand.
So, the job offer. I don't think that's the smartest choice right now. And to be honest, I don't want to spend time with you because it's part of a job. I think if you want to spend time with me, just do it because you want to.
I do want to spend time with you, Will. I'm very busy and
Busy. Yeah, this is.
I have to work. There's a lot to get done. I can't. Anyway.
Remember, you got time.
Well, it's not so true anymore. There's many things to do.
What I mean, it's not so true.
I just mean I have deadlines, Will. I'm working now. I don't have to wait to be successful. I am successful.
Yeah, you are. And that's really amazing. I'm proud of you for that. And I hope this empire that you built, I hope it's doing good things. And not what I walked in on all those years ago.
That is over, and I told you that. I showed you what we're doing at the labs. It's kindred stuff.
Kindred stuff. You know, you and I both know that there's a lot of places that important work can be done. So you showed me one lab, which I will admit really, really touched me, and I appreciate that. But
Look, I know that research and innovation are not your forte, and I understand that. And what we're doing is good. What I was doing then was good, and it's fine that we disagree about that.
It was good?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
It was good. I'm trying to keep our people alive, William.
At the expense of what?
At the expense, there's always costs, there's always failure. You have to fail to be successful.
Who's to say that kind aren't just as important as us? Look at all the shit that we've done. People get fucking bored, and so they do twisted fucking experiments and play with life.
It's not because I was bored.
Human suffering. You said human suffering. Are you sure you're not just taking the human part out of it?
I feel like this conversation is not that helpful, and I really have to go get back to work. So,
Grace. Look, we've got a lot to talk about. I guess I want to know that the woman that I was so in love with is still there.
I'm still here, Will. I haven't left. I would have been here. I would have been beside you.
Well, I guess we'll never know. But I appreciate you coming down here and for looking out for Ingrid. I
I'll
really do.
keep you updated on what I
Please
find
do.
for her. And, you know, if you want to come by the lab, it'd be fine.
Are you sure that's the place for me?
I invited you.
Yeah, but I'm not the innovation type. I'm the sappy type.
You know what I meant.
Do I though? I'm the same. Well,
I have to go. I have to go.
yeah,
But
yeah. I don't want to keep you. You got business, important business. So, if you ever wanna not work on business, you know where I live. You got my number.
yeah, you should be careful with your phone, by the way. But yes,
Wait, what are you talking about? Wait, what?
you just use your phone a lot, and it feels like maybe you haven't thought about security.
Shit, yeah, I've been hearing that a lot lately. But
Yeah.
I have an app now called Signal,
Oh, that's
and
good.
I think that's what
That's
it's
really great.
called. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna start using that. So you
That's
have to message me in that
yeah.
now, because
I'll. That's good.
I want to be on the technological advances. You know, I don't want to be too left behind. I mean, I didn't get this old being left behind, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great. That's a good.
Mhm.
You should keep doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll update you about Ingrid on Signal.
Yeah, and maybe I don't, maybe don't like she's not really feeling me right now, so
Oh,
you might.
I do not want to get involved in your
Yeah,
personal stuff. And
right.
Ingrid and I have a
That's
very professional relationship, so it's fine. It won't come up.
right. Cool. Huh. Right.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for coming by, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it was good to see you.
Yeah. She like goes in for like a handshake, like kind of very awkwardly, and then pulls it back. I'm
He
gonna go.
just he pulls her into a hug.
She like
Kind of like pats
she
her.
like
Pats.
very awkwardly, but hugs you back, and then quickly
That, yeah, that
grabs
was
her
that
umbrella.
was weird. So,
Yeah, that was really weird. I'll
Yeah.
see you. I'll see you, William.
yeah, but bye, Grace.
And she leaves and closes the door. And that's where we'll end for tonight. Thank you for giving us a little bit more time, because Kate wanted to traipse around Brooklyn.
Whoops.
And I really wanted to get that out there. So wow. So beautiful.
So good.
Everyone, really great stuff. How you feeling, Brandon?
It's very fun. Again, it's very different from my other like role playing game experiences, and just like how it's just role playing pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dice are
With
very
some dice
secondary.
rolls. But because everybody's in on it and they're committing so much to it, it makes it really rewarding to be a spectator of and participate. So, yeah, I'm loving it. But you did mention we could retcon things, right, Chelsea?
Yeah, for sure.
Could we retcon Antoinette saying that I had to have my child embraced?
Oh, yeah, no.
That was a good try.
Good try.
That was a really...
What if I roll 6 dice and they're all good numbers?
If you roll
And I think
six,
it all have to be 10s.
if you roll 6 10s, I will consider it. But I will need photo evidence.
Oh, on camera.
Can someone tell Tara that we're done? She was asking someone to text her. To do a little
Can I
last
just
minute
send her a
Neverdell stuff.
thing on here?
I'm sure you
Okay,
can.
I don't have
She
a
said
phone.
Discord messages are
Her
not going
text.
through, and
Oh,
she gave her number on Neverdell.
Oh, I have not saved that. Really
I'm
Oscar award-winning performances from everyone this evening.
Whew.
Everyone
Yeah,
had really
everybody
like
was
deep
on
shit.
it tonight.
It's been a
Dude,
few weeks. I think
Yeah,
everyone is
I
very
fucking
excited.
So
to
loved
many
get to
like
it.
things that happen.
Jacob was just so great. It felt like you had been playing this like longer than we have.
Yeah.
You were on it.
So happy to have you in the group.
Yeah.
Honored.
Love Jacob.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's very fun playing with y'all. So thank you for having me here. And again, it's just like watching y'all do your scenes. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, very intense experience watching